I have to say that when news broke about this about an hour ago, I was like, that's great, but I didn't, automatically get overjoyed simply because you can't believe all the hype. Okay, yes, this woman is charged with killing Terence Crutcher, and I feel like I don't think people realize that yes, she's charged, but she may not even face any time. Things like this you have to take with a grain of salt. So I'm gonna play this video.
In the matter of the death of Terence Crutcher, I determined that the filing of the felony crime of manslaughter in the first degree against Tulsa police officer Betty Shelby is warranted. Officer Shelby, although now charged, is presumed to be innocent until a judge or a jury determines otherwise.
And here's the problem that I have with that. Now, Terence was presumed guilty until, they killed him and found out that he was innocent. He wasn't doing anything wrong. But she is presumed innocent until found guilty. So like I said, people talk about, yay, justice served. Not really, because yes, she's been charged, but that doesn't mean she's going to face any jail time. That's the kicker. It says prosecutors filed first-degree manslaughter charges against a white Oklahoma police officer Thursday, less than a week after she fatally shot an unarmed black man on a city street, and just days after police released videos of the shooting, saying in court documents the officer reacted unreasonably. My thing is, all of these white police officers have acted unreasonably with all these situations. All these unarmed black men. Name one black man who was killed by police officers that was armed. It says Tulsa County District Attorney Steve Consueler charged Tulsa officer Betty Shelby in a September 16 shooting death of 40-year-old Terence Crutcher. Consueler said arrangements were being made for Shelby's surrender. I do not know why things happen in this world the way they do. We need to pray for wisdom and guidance. No, we don't need to pray for anything. Like, F that. Okay? Honestly. So it says dash cam and aerial footage of the shooting and its aftermath showed Crutcher walking away from Shelby with his arms in the air. The footage does not offer a clear view of when Shelby fired the single shot that killed Crutcher. Her attorney has said Crutcher was not following police commands and that Shelby opened fire when the man began to reach into his SUV window. But Crutcher's family immediately discounted the claim, saying the father of four posed no threat to the officers. They also pointed to an enlarged photo from police footage that appears to show Crutcher's window was rolled up. And police said Crutcher did not have a gun on him or in his vehicle. So how the hell did he pose a threat? And why was this bitch out there by herself? Like, seriously. Granted, there were other officers with her, but this bitch had backup. Why did she feel the need to shoot him in the first place? An affidavit filed Thursday says Shelby told police homicide investigators that she was in fear for her life and thought Mr. Crutcher was going to kill her. When she began following Mr. Crutcher to the vehicle with her duty weapon drawn, she was yelling for him to stop and get on his knees repeatedly. But my thing is, she wasn't even out there to get him. She was out there responding to a call for someone else. He had a stalled vehicle on the road. Why did you have your gun out? This isn't even the man you were after. And this seems to happen fucking repeatedly every single time. The same thing with Keith Lamont Scott. Like, really? Officers were on their way to respond to a call, and he's on the side of the road reading a book, waiting for his son to get off the bus like he does every single day. But because there's a black man in the car, he must be up to something. These two cases are exactly alike. Both of these black men were minding their own business. They weren't doing anything. These black men don't have records. It says the charges indicate that Shelby reacted unreasonably by escalating the situation from a confrontation with Mr. Crutcher, who was not responding to verbal commands and was walking away from her with his hands held up, becoming emotionally involved to the point that she overreacted. See, this is why women should not be police officers. Especially white women, because white women tend to be more emotional than other races of women. And my thing is, like, not even that women shouldn't be police officers, but if she felt that way, she should have never got out of her car. She should have called for backup, and she should have went on and responded to the call that she was initially responding to. It says, among the definitions in Oklahoma for first-degree manslaughter is a killing perpetrated unnecessarily, either while resisting an attempt by the person killed to commit a crime, or all for such attempt shall have failed. Now, my thing is, he wasn't resisting, okay? He was not resisting any kind of anything. His vehicle was stalled, and my guess is she saw a black man sitting in a car or by a car, thinking he was probably trying to break into it, thinking he was trying to steal it, thinking he was up to no good. Probably didn't even ask him, is there a problem? Is there something wrong with his car? No, this bitch automatically felt, okay, let's see if I can get away with killing a black man. Here's a black man. There's no one around. Let's see if I can get away with killing him. It says, if convicted. If should have been in all caps. It should have been bolded. It should have been larger print than the rest of it. If convicted, Shelby could face a minimum of 4 years in prison. And the issue with that is, even if she is convicted, I don't think she'll even serve 4 years in prison. She'll probably get, terminated. Well, she'll get terminated from her job. And she'll probably be doing community service and be on probation, but that's about it. I don't see her doing any kind of jail time. It says, Tulsa Mayor Dewey Bartlett said police worked quickly to provide Consueler, I think it's Consueler, with the information he needed to decide whether to charge the officer. I appreciate their efforts, as well as the district attorney's usual thorough evaluation of the rules of law for which we are all accountable. These are important steps to ensure that justice and accountability prevails. Then why did they do this in any of the other cases? Because this is exactly like the one with Keith Lamont Scott. This is exactly the same thing. We will continue to be transparent and ensure the system carries out its responsibility to provide justice. Bullshit, she's not going to do any jail time. Shelby, who joined the Tulsa Police Department in December 2011, was en route to a domestic violence call when she encountered Crutcher's vehicle abandoned on a city street, straddling the center lane. Shelby did not activate her patrol car's dashboard camera, so no footage exists of what first happened between the two before other officers arrived. And here's the thing with that. They don't, they don't turn on these cameras, and we missed the whole beginning of it. So I feel like she's going to get off because we don't know what happened up until that point to where the other officers, the other patrol cars came. So I feel like nothing's going to happen. As the police footage shows Crutcher approaching the driver's side of the SUV, then more officers walk up, and Crutcher appears to lower his hands and place them on the vehicle. A man inside a police helicopter overhead says, that looks like a bad dude too, probably on something. The fuck, you in a police helicopter? How he look like a bad dude? You way up in the sky. You can really see that far? No. The officers surround Crutcher, and he suddenly drops to the ground. A voice heard on the police radio says, shots fired. The officers back away, and Crutcher is left unattended on the street for about 2 minutes before an officer puts on medical gloves and begins to attend him. Because they was probably fucking scared, thinking that he probably wasn't dead and that he would try to retaliate. But you know what? I'm so fucking sick of this shit, to be honest with you. I mean, yeah, she's charged, but that doesn't mean she's going to be convicted of this crime. That's bullshit. And for people to think that could actually happen, I would be shocked if she faces jail time. But enough of that. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe, and tell me your thoughts, on her being charged and whether or not you think she'll be convicted. Until next time.